When Oninaki was first shown in February's Nintendo Direct, it looked like a big improvement for Tokyo RPG Factory's games visually and had an interesting looking action battle system. And this at least still rings true when playing its demo. The visuals bring a lot more to the minimalistic style, which is common for this team's games, and the active battle system has some good ideas that bring something different when compared to this team's previous efforts. Beyond that, however, the story's consistent seriousness and the other elements put together left me feeling like something was missing either in storytelling or in the rest of the world. And while there's a good premise in there were very few elements in its starting hours that really made that premise come to life. Oninaki is full of good ideas with its use of demons and law that make me perhaps want to try those parts in the future, but the rest of the demo seems to have done the opposite of what a demo should do, as it made me want to try it later rather than sooner. Oninaki opens up by showing its protagonist, a young boy called Kagachi who lost his parents at a young age, but is quickly taught the land's philosophy not to grieve as it troubles the dead, and that can make them become lost on their way to reincarnation. Kagachi and his childhood friend end up helping to keep this philosophy going as they grow up to become watchers, special people that help guide the lost by solving problems that keep them from being reincarnated. And in a town seemingly obsessed with the idea as it's all anyone ever talks about in the world, there's plenty of lost souls to help, and the first couple of hours of the game see two of these watcher missions play out. Adding some intrigue is a mysterious girl that appears whose role is unclear, and there seems to be a few mysteries to uncover, so the demo gives a good idea of what to expect from the story going forward. The premise certainly is interesting, and I can see some potential in some of its bigger moments. There's moral conflict to find in the way the watchers go about keeping this order, and the way the town seems to handle death as a whole, as the town relies a lot on the reincarnation they've been promised, and this certainly could go somewhere interesting if it's taken in the right direction. This is all well and good, however the slow, near dry dialogue that plays out to tell this story didn't really get me keen to find out more. When I played Tokyo RPG's Lost demo for Lost Sphere, the balance of the fun group of kids and the sad theme was what made me genuinely interested in it, whereas this demo of Oninaki seems to take some of that out and go more serious, which made it hard for me to feel any kind of connection with the characters. This means there are a lot of straight to the point lines that don't have a lot of color most of the time, and I feel the script could have benefited from more meaningful voice acting, as that even though there's no English dub, the Japanese voices only do the short reaction sounds a lot that make the written script stick out perhaps more than it should. Things feel much better when scenes are done in the cutscene style with voices, camera angles, and music, adding in more excitement, but most of the time the story was told in a minimalistic way, basically without all of those things, that made it feel kind of lackluster in a way that didn't get me excited enough to want to keep going that much. Outside of its premise, the other thing I was curious to try in Oninaki was its combat, and the action combat is good enough, even if it suffers from a few things that its story does. In the active system, you can hack at enemies with your weapon, and also use abilities from equipable demons that give you some variety in the way you can attack. In story mode in the demo, you only really have 2 demons to play with, but in the battle mode, it gives you 4 to try, and this showed the combat at its best, as it's more fun when you have a variety of demons, and therefore more skills at your disposal, which comes in handy as there are demons better suited for one enemy and others better suited for groups. Battles themselves were fun enough, although the combat felt as though it was lacking the kind of snappiness that feels good in active battles. Weapons felt almost heavy to use with the speed and the way Kagachi hit with them, something I haven't felt in any action title I've played recently that made me wish things felt a little faster. Also a little odd is the lack of music playing most of the time, and as you hit big hordes of enemies in silence to get to a part of the story that is also quiet in other ways, it's again hard to be that excited as you play through Oninaki. And like its stories, the best battles were the ones where it finally put music on and added some excitement to an otherwise okay active system. Outside of battle are some cooler mechanics that are a bit more enticing to go through, and are parts of Oninaki I wouldn't mind experiencing again, as they felt the best out of everything. Aside from the demons themselves looking really cool with gorgeous designs, the demon skill trees also contain unlockable backstory for each one that help you get to know them, and the production in these parts show off good music and visuals for the game while telling some genuinely interesting yet sad stories about these mysterious beings. Aside from that, and on a purely aesthetic level, Square switching between the Soul world and the real one is gorgeous every time, and I like how it also ties into gameplay as you have to unlock stuff on one side to progress through the path on the other, which made exploration that little bit more interesting. These ideas are where the concepts of Oninaki's World of Souls and Sadness shine the best in my opinion, thanks to better production, visuals, and writing in these portions. So there are some reasons to play Oninaki in these, however, since I would only be playing Oninaki for these smaller portions, it's not something I feel the need to rush out and pay full price for at launch. If you do plan to pick up the game or try this demo though, I am pleased to say both the Switch and PS4 versions of Oninaki that I tried seem to run pretty similarly, and while I was playing each one, I noticed no real difference between the two. If you are interested in trying Oninaki, I would definitely try the demo first just to see if you think it's something you want to pick up, and at the very least the demo is on all consoles the game's coming to so everyone can see what it's like for themselves before shelling out any kind of money. While this was only a demo and the first few hours of the game, usually this is the part that entices a player to want to continue, and with the lack of color and excitement in the story's delivery, while I hope it improves throughout, the start of Oninaki didn't really grab me like I'd hoped. There's good ideas to be found in its demon system, and its action combat is alright, but it lacks the wow factor needed to really do its Lost Souls premise justice in both its script and production, which means it's a game I'd rather put on the back burner for now. I do hope I'm wrong and the game improves throughout its campaign, or that it gets an update with little things like more music or something like that to make things more exciting, but in its current form, Oninaki's story of Lost Souls didn't do enough to find my interest in it, but I do hope the good points like its demon systems or the few prettier cutscenes used in this game do find their way into future Tokyo RPG Factory releases, as the fact that these things excited people about Oninaki before, and the fact that these elements do feel good show that there is some potential there. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below if you're interested in Oninaki, if you've tried the demo, and whether or not you plan to pick it up. You can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below, along with links to where you can download the Oninaki demo. And until next time, thank you, bye!